part is how the performance appraisal is conducted. So performance appraisal is conducted by following these following steps. First one is establishing the performance standard, communicating the standards, measuring the actual performances, then comparing the actual performance with the desired performances, then providing the feedback and taking the corrective actions. So first one is establishing the performance standard. So under these, what is done, a performance standard is measured according to which the employee has to perform, and if he fails to perform, mm, and if he fails to perform according to the standards, the deviations that he made is told to him. So basically the first step starts with establishing the performance standard. So under it, the standards are necessary with each job position, because performance standards are used to fulfill the mission and vision of the company. Performance standards are established through job description, employees handbook, and operational manual are used to establish the performance standard. Performance standards includes everything from attendance to the sales goal. And then second point comes is communicating the standards. Once the performance standards are set, it is the responsibility of the manager or the management to communicate the standards to all the employees of the organization, as it will help them to understand their role and know and it will help them to know what exactly is expected from them and how they're going to perform and what the results are expected from them. Next is measuring the actual performances. So now the standards are established, the standards are communicated with the employees. Now third step comes with measuring the actual performance. So under it, the actual performance that is performed by the employee, during the work he performed, that is measured, and it is measured on the regularly or on the monthly basis. So the attendance is viewed weekly, as in how particular the employee is in the organization, is he comes on time or he comes late, or and the sales goal that are mentioned are on the basis of the monthly basis, because for a month we set the targets. Suppose we have to who make a sales of rupees 10 lakhs, so the employee, his standard is to achieve 10 lakh, and if he exceeds 10 lakh standard, that means he is performing above the actual standards that are set for him. That means that he is performing in better than the standard set for him. Comparing now the actual performance with the desired performances. Now under it, the actual performance that is performed by the employee is compared with the deviations in the performance of the employees from the standard set. Suppose an employee has to make a sales of rupees 10 lakh in a month, and because of the deviations he made the sales of rupees 8 lakhs. So now the actual performance is measured with the desired performances, whereas his goal is to make the sales of rupees 10 lakh, but he has made the sale of rupees 8 lakhs. So why the 2 lakhs has been left is the reason behind that deviation is being judged, and now the actual performance is compared with the desired, and the deviations is being told to the employee for the better performance. And what kind of performance is required from him, providing the feedback. Now the appraisal, now the desired communication of standard is been made by the manager to the employee on the regular basis or on one-to-one basis. Basically, when the performance appraisal of an employee is made, it is made on one-to-one basis or face to face between employer and the employee. So it will be better for the employee to understand where he is lacking and what he has to improve, and in what he is going good and what he is going at bad. So the problem and the possible solutions are being discussed with the aim of solving the problem and reaching a solution of it. And the feedback should be given with a positive attitude, as this can affect on the employees future performance. If we use harsh word towards employees, then it will be a morale and then it will down, then it will goes down with his morale, and he will not be motivated to work even better for the future performance. So the choosing of words should be appropriate so that employees future performance is not affected by the while providing the feedback. Taking corrective actions, the last step of the process is to take corrective actions as to how the performance of the employees is being removed. Does they need any kind of training, or does they need any kind of motivation so that his performance is improved? And while to improve the performance of the employees, take the required actions such as decisions regarding by making them incentive prone. Suppose if the employer motivates the employee that if he performs better than the standard set, he will get promoted it on the on the job, or if he fails to perform according to the standards set for him, he will be transferred or get at demotions accordingly. So the corrective actions should be taken for the betterment of the employees rather than for the for demotion, demotivating the employees.